It's time you finally knew the whole truth. But please don't. Angel, my dear child, if you believe in angels, start this video and watch it completely. This is a very important message. Don't tell anyone. Archangel Michael says, I order you to open this right now. It's time you finally knew the whole truth. But please don't panic when you hear it. What you're about to receive is not just a message. It is a sacred unveiling, a divine exposure, a deeply personal truth that has waited in silence for years. And now, it can wait no more. You've felt it in the stillness. You've heard the whisper between your thoughts. You've even tried to deny it because it frightened you. But denial can no longer protect you from what is meant to be revealed. This isn't just about you. This is about every unseen thread that has been pulling behind the curtain of your life. The people who entered unexpectedly. The ones who left without warning. The strange dreams. The repeated numbers. The moments you almost knew something was wrong, but couldn't quite say it aloud. Archangel Michael has watched every moment you were confused. He has watched the betrayals you blamed on yourself. And now he's standing behind you, his sword drawn, not to frighten you, but to protect you from what you're about to uncover. He doesn't want you to be afraid. But he insists you take this seriously. He insisted you open this, and he is crying even now, because the truth is not easy, but it is necessary. There is someone in your life right now whose face you have trusted, whose voice you have let guide you, whose presence you have assumed is safe. But they are not who you think they are. And Michael says the time for silence has ended. This person has been hiding something enormous from you. And the reason you haven't seen it yet is not because you are blind, it is because you were loyal. Your loyalty covered your eyes. Your love kept your spirit quiet. You gave chances. You gave forgiveness. But what they gave in return was a secret wrapped in silence. This person knows exactly what they're doing. And while they may seem kind, helpful, or even protective at times, there is another side to them they have never shown you. It's the side they reveal only when they think no one is looking. But Michael sees. And God sees. And the divine court has gathered to make this known to you, because you are no longer meant to be kept in the dark. The truth? They have been reporting your moves to someone else. Yes, someone has been watching you indirectly through the words of someone you trust. This goes beyond gossip. This is surveillance of your soul. What you thought was an innocent conversation was actually a disguised report. What you assumed was compassion was, at times, manipulation. And God says, the reason you never felt fully safe around them is because your spirit sensed it long before your mind understood it. But before you panic, understand this. God did not allow this to destroy you. He allowed it to expose itself in divine timing. And that timing is now. You are being given this revelation not to fear, but to prepare. You are about to see everything clearly. You are about to witness the truth rise to the surface like a buried body in water. And once you see it, you will never be able to unsee it again. They didn't expect you to find out. In fact, someone paid them to keep something from you. Yes, There is money involved. A secret transaction that happened behind your back. And it wasn't just about information. It was about control. They were sent to be close to you, to influence your thoughts, to quietly shift your emotions. This goes deeper than you think. Michael says this is a war for your mind. And for years, you've been under a gentle but dangerous spell. A spell of manipulation. A spell that convinced you were always the one at fault. But that spell is breaking right now. Even as you read this, the chains around your discernment are snapping. You are not crazy. You were never the problem. You were simply too kind to see what they were really doing. And here's the most painful part. They pretended to protect you while actually placing you in harm's way. There were moments they could have spoken up on your behalf, and they stayed silent. There were moments they watched someone hurt you, and instead of stopping it, they documented it quietly. Michael says they are a recorder, not a rescuer. They have been taking notes. But God says, now the notes are being seized. Now the records are being reviewed in the heavenly courts. And soon, judgment will be passed. But don't be afraid. This is your protection. You are not being exposed. You are being shielded. And those who thought they could manipulate heaven's chosen child will soon discover that divine justice is not delayed. It is simply perfectly timed. God says, the reason your life has felt delayed is not because you failed, but because He refused to let you step into your destiny while surrounded by hidden danger. What felt like waiting was actually shielding. What felt like punishment was actually preparation. Every door that closed was to protect you from a room full of eyes watching you in secret. And now, you are about to walk into your new life. But not until this final veil is lifted. Michael says, brace yourself, because in the next 3 days you will see something with your own eyes that will confirm this message. It may be a misplaced object. A sudden conversation. A strange slip of the tongue. A repeated dream. But it will happen. And when it does, do not doubt it. That is your sign. That is your confirmation. They will try to cover it. They will say, that's not what I meant. They will backtrack. They will offer excuses. But God says, do not be fooled. The time for excuses is over. The veil is being torn. The scroll is opening. And your name is written in fire across heaven's book of protection. Now listen closely. There is something even more shocking you need to know. This person who's been hiding things from you. They are not acting alone. There is another person, a woman, who has been advising them. She is older, sharp, and strategic. She rarely appears in person, but her influence is everywhere. She's the one who whispered what to say. She's the one who taught them how to lie with a smile. She has made it her mission to destroy every chosen one she cannot control. But her time is up. God says, her name has reached heaven's court. And judgment is being written now. She tried to orchestrate your downfall because she sensed your rising. She is terrified of your future because it exposes her lies. And Michael? He's furious. Not only because they targeted you, but because they tried to use him to fool you. They pretended they were receiving divine messages to control your choices. They quoted scripture they didn't believe. They spoke in spiritual terms to confuse you. And that is why Michael has stepped in personally. He says this is a spiritual crime, and it will not go unpunished. This woman carries something in her purse, an item that belongs to you. Yes. She took something from your past. A letter. A photograph. A token. Something that has your energy on it. She keeps it near her to feel connected to you, not out of love, but out of control. She's using it like a tether. That's why your sleep has been disturbed. That's why you've felt anxiety without a cause. She's been pulling on your spiritual thread. But Michael says, it ends now. Tonight, he will go to the place where she hides it. He will strike. And in the spirit realm, the cord will be cut. You may feel it physically, a sudden weight lifting. A deep sleep. A strange calm. That's the sign. That's when you'll know the bond has been broken. God says, when this truth is revealed to you fully, do not run back out of guilt. Do not try to fix it. Do not offer one more apology. You owe them nothing. You are the light. They chose the shadows. And now the truth is shining whether they're ready or not. There is someone else you need to prepare for. Someone from your past who has remained silent all these years. They know part of this story, but they were afraid to come forward. They've seen the danger too. And they've kept their distance out of fear. But now they are being stirred. You may hear from them soon. It may come as a message. A call. A forwarded email. And when it does, read it slowly. Their truth will unlock another part of the hidden story. This is not just a warning. This is a divine countdown. Over the next 7 days, you will see confirmations unfold like dominoes. One after another. A face revealed. A conversation repeated. A location uncovered. It will come fast. But don't be afraid. This is your liberation. You are not losing anything. You are being rescued. Michael says, the sword is drawn. The scroll is open. And the time has come for your name to be cleared, your path to be protected, and your enemies to be exposed, not by revenge, but by truth. The most powerful force in all creation. God says, you were born for more than survival. You were born to lead, to shine, to rise. And that's why they tried to bury you. But what they didn't realize is that burial is not the same as death. Sometimes it's the preparation for resurrection. And you are rising. They will try to explain their actions. They will blame stress. They will say, I didn't mean it like that. But you will feel the truth in your bones. And this time, you will not ignore it. Michael is with you. And he has one last command, do not tell them you know. Watch. Listen. Let them expose themselves. And then walk away. Heaven will handle the rest. Michael's voice is trembling, not because he is afraid of the enemy, but because he fears for what could happen to your soul if you continue to treat this moment as just another message. This isn't like the others. This is the one. The one where everything hidden breaks open. The one where the confession they made is no longer just whispered behind doors. It is placed directly into the hands of heaven's most powerful angel, and now he is placing it before you. This is your invitation to look at what they tried so hard to keep from you. The person who confessed did not do it out of guilt. They did not weep when they spoke. They did not feel remorse. In fact, they did it proudly. They said what they said about you with such cold certainty as if they were casting a curse into the air. They thought no one would ever hear it beyond the one they were speaking to. But heaven was listening. I was listening. Michael heard every word, and so did Gabriel. The moment they said your name, every angel assigned to you stopped in place. The spiritual temperature shifted. Your name was spoken with the kind of contempt that only comes from a heart that has been deeply poisoned with jealousy. They confessed that they have hated you for longer than you've realized. Not in the open way. No, they smiled. They hugged. They celebrated your good news with you. But in secret, they hoped for your downfall. And not only did they hope for it, they tried to make it happen. They manipulated others to speak against you. They planted seeds of doubt. They used your kindness against you. They told someone that your blessings were undeserved. That you were not who you appeared to be. They said they would do anything to ensure you were exposed, embarrassed, and abandoned. But they didn't know that what they were really doing was exposing themselves. This is the true reason Michael is crying. Because he knows how deeply you cared for this person. He knows that you would have defended them even while they spoke against you. He knows you would have stood by their side even when they were plotting against yours. That kind of heart, your kind of heart, is rare. And it is because of that pure-hearted loyalty that Michael feels such heartbreak when he sees how you've been treated. My child, you have trusted too purely in someone who was sent to mislead you. Not by me, but by an enemy who saw your destiny and wanted to derail it. They confessed that they saw your light and hated it. They could not understand how someone like you, someone who has suffered, someone who has been overlooked, someone who has cried in silence for years, could suddenly start rising. They didn't understand the covenant I made with you. They didn't see the prayers you whispered when no one else was around. They did not know how close I am to you. So they assumed your rise was fake. That your blessings were shallow. That your purpose was temporary. And in their confusion, they opened their mouth and cursed what I have blessed. Michael's sword burns hotter than usual today. He is pacing around your name, circling you in the spirit, declaring war against the curse they spoke. But he is also pleading with you. Don't skip this again. Because if you don't acknowledge what has been said and allow me to show you the full confession, you will remain chained to people and ideas that were never meant to follow you into your next season. This person was once a close part of your story. Maybe they still are. But they no longer carry the same intention. Their confession has made it clear, they don't want to see you become what I've destined you to become. They want to reduce you. They want to see you fall. And they're even working with someone else, someone you barely notice, someone in the background. This second person is the one who received the confession. They didn't defend you. They didn't say, "Don't talk about them like that." No, they nodded. They agreed. They added their own bitterness to the mix. And together, they spoke darkness over your name. My child, I am removing the veil now. I am letting you see beyond smiles and surface-level gestures. I am letting you feel what's truly been happening. That's why your soul has felt off lately. That's why you've had sudden urges to disconnect from certain people. That's why you've been pulled away from conversations that once felt familiar. It is not coincidence. It is protection. It is me, lifting you out of the atmosphere of lies and planting you where truth can flow freely. This confession will cost them more than they realize. Not because you will retaliate. No, that is not your way. But because I am the one they've spoken against by speaking against you, you are mine. And when someone declares war against what I've chosen, they are not just coming for you. They are standing in opposition to the throne itself. I will handle this, my child. I will repay. I will restore. I will reveal every detail. But you must not delay any longer. The time is running short. The words they said are trying to gain influence. Their confession has already reached the ears of someone else who is deciding whether or not to believe it. And this decision could affect your reputation, your favor, even your next breakthrough. That is why Michael has sounded the trumpet. That is why he is weeping. He knows that every second matters now. If you ignore this again, if you push it off one more time, their light could harden into someone else's truth. And once that happens, repairing it will take more than just clarity. It will require divine intervention. I do not speak this to scare you, but to awaken you. I am not trying to fill you with fear, but with urgency. Because what happens next depends on what you do with this knowledge. If you open your heart, if you allow Michael to show you the full contents of the confession, I will begin to reverse the damage. I will uncover their true heart to those who need to see it. I will begin lifting the fog around your purpose. I will speed up what has been delayed. I will defend your name in places you've never even entered. Because when I vindicate someone, I don't just fix what was broken. I elevate them higher than before. Even now, angels are watching your response. They are waiting to see whether you will receive this message or scroll past it like the others. But this is not like the others. This one has heaven's seal. This one carries the weight of Michael's tears and the fire of my truth. This one holds the key to a door you've been praying to open for years. But first, you must let go of what's been falsely connected to your life. The person who confessed has no idea that I am revealing their words to you now. They are still moving about their day as if they've won. They think the seed they planted has taken root. They believe their strategy has succeeded. But they are not aware that Michael has exposed everything, that their words were recorded in heaven's courtroom, that you are being handed the full transcript of their betrayal. You may feel overwhelmed now, wondering how to process this. That's why Michael is not just giving you truth. He is giving you strength. He is standing beside you, whispering courage into your soul, telling you that you are stronger than this moment, that you were created for more than false loyalty, that your life is about to rise because of what was revealed, not fall because of it. You are not alone in this. I am with you. I have always been. And I know what this confession will do to your heart, but I also know what it will do to your future. It will unlock the next level. It will remove hidden blockages. It will silence the voice of your accuser. And it will launch you into the kind of clarity and purpose that no demon in hell can stop. But it begins here, with you saying yes to the truth. Yes to Michael's tears. Yes to the voice you've been avoiding. You are not who they said you are. You are not what their confession tried to define you as. You are not their version of your story. You are my chosen, my beloved, my warrior, my messenger. And no amount of slander, confession, or manipulation can cancel the destiny I have placed on your life. My child, the weight of what has been spoken against you may feel invisible now, but its effects have already touched areas of your life in ways you didn't realize. It is why certain blessings seem delayed. It is why, even when you tried your best, things didn't always fall into place. It is why you sometimes felt like there was an unseen wall blocking your progress, no matter how hard you tried. That wall was not built by you. It was built by the echo of this person's confession. Words have power, and in the realm of spirit, their words were like bricks stacked upon each other, forming a barrier meant to limit your growth, your joy, your clarity, and even your peace. Michael saw the moment they said it. He stood close, waiting for a moment of repentance from their mouth, but none came. They did not whisper the confession with sorrow. They said it with a twisted sense of control, as if your future belonged to them, as if your truth could be rewritten by their lies. Michael clenched his fists, holding himself back by my command, for it was not yet time to release judgment. But the time has come now. And so Michael cries, not only from sorrow, but from righteous anger, because you, the one he was assigned to protect, were being cursed in secret while you trusted in innocence. My beloved child, how many times have you felt a strange weariness after speaking to this person? How many times did your spirit feel drained and you could not explain why? How often did you feel confused about something you knew was clear just moments before? That was not confusion, that was the residue of manipulation. That was the aftershock of the words they planted behind your back. You were sensing it, even without understanding it. And now I reveal it so you can finally be free. This is a very important message. Please, do not tell anyone. Archangel Michael says, I order you to open this right now. Do not delay, do not scroll past, do not pretend you didn't see this, because it's time you finally knew the whole truth. But please, I beg you, don't panic when you hear it. What you are about to discover will change everything. Not just the way you see your life, but the reason behind the attacks you've survived, the tears you've cried, and the strange, unexplained feelings you've carried deep inside your spirit. God has been watching you, not from afar, but from up close. Every second, every hour, Every moment when no one was around to witness your suffering, he was right there. And he says to you now, it wasn't your fault. What they did, what they said, what they left you to carry, it was never your fault. You were chosen. And because you were chosen, darkness tried everything it could to silence you, destroy you, distract you. But it failed. You are still here. That is not an accident. That is divine. Now it is time. This message is not for everyone. It is not for the crowd. It is not for the many. This is for you and you alone. Heaven has gathered around you in this very moment. Even as you read this, angels are standing guard. Archangel Michael is watching your every breath. He's not blinking. He's not resting. He's not even speaking until you finish reading what heaven has commanded you to hear. Because the truth has been hidden from you long enough. There has been a secret. And this secret has shaped your life without your knowing. People you trusted were involved in hiding this from you. People you loved chose silence over truth. But no more. Archangel Michael has declared that this is your moment. The veil is being lifted. The hidden is being revealed. And everything that didn't make sense is about to be understood. You've wondered why your relationship seemed to shift without reason. Why people pull away or suddenly grow cold. You've questioned why certain doors always seem to close just when you're about to walk through. You've noticed that something follows you, not visible to the human eye, but you can feel it. A strange energy. A heaviness. A tension that wraps around your blessings, choking them before they can fully bloom. What you don't know is that someone once spoke a word over you in secret. Someone close to your life, who looked at you with a smile but carried envy in their spirit, released a curse. Not a curse in the way Hollywood shows it, but a spiritual declaration of sabotage. A bitter vow. A hidden agreement with darkness. That every time you rise, something would pull you back down. Every time you laugh, sorrow would follow. Every time you almost reach joy, disappointment would slap it out of your hands. But listen closely now, because what I'm about to tell you changes everything. That curse? It's being broken. Now, at this moment, because you finally opened this, because you obeyed, because you didn't scroll past, because heaven has waited patiently for you to be ready, and now, your soul has aligned with divine timing. Archangel Michael himself has shattered the spiritual agreement that was signed without your knowledge. The chains are falling off. The weight is lifting. The fog is clearing. And now you will begin to see clearly. But clarity comes with responsibility. Because now that the curse is broken, now that the spiritual warfare has turned in your favor, you must protect your atmosphere. You must stop allowing certain people back in, even if they are family. Even if they are close. Even if you feel guilty. If God is pulling them away from you, let them go. If your peace disappears when they enter, trust that. Peace is not a coincidence. It is proof of God's presence. And when someone's energy disrupts your peace, they are not aligned with your calling. There is more. God says to tell you something personal now. something that will confirm this message deep inside your chest. You have had a dream, recently or long ago, about water, about drowning, about storms. That dream was not random. It was your spirit trying to warn you that something was suffocating your purpose. But now, that water is parting. That storm is ending. The dry ground is appearing beneath your feet. The way has been made. But you must walk forward boldly, even if you don't have all the answers yet. You will notice something strange in the next 3 days. A sudden change in someone's tone. A shift in a conversation. A random message from someone who vanished. Do not respond with your old self. You are not who you were last week. That version of you no longer exists. You are stepping into a divine version of yourself that is stronger, clearer, more protected, and more anointed than ever before. Archangel Michael is now placing a shield of divine light around you. It is not visible in the mirror, but it is fully functional in the spirit realm. You will notice it working when someone tries to attack your character and their lives fall flat. You will notice it when a situation that should have hurt you suddenly turns in your favor. You will notice it when things that used to trigger anxiety now pass by without touching you. That is God's protection. And He says to you, do not be afraid. No matter what you find out in the days to come. No matter what truth is exposed. No matter how shocking the information may be. You are safe. You are covered. You are walking in divine favor. Nothing they say. Nothing they plot. Nothing they bring against you will prosper. Because you are chosen. You are sealed. You are being elevated by heaven's own hand. Now listen. This next part is urgent. There is someone in your life whose energy feels hot and cold. One moment they seem to love you, the next they disappear. You've given them chance after chance, hoping they would change. But God says they are carrying a secret. And that secret would devastate you if it were revealed all at once. But heaven has chosen mercy. Instead of shock, you will experience peace. Instead of betrayal, you will be filled with discernment. You will not fall apart when the truth comes. You will rise. Do not beg anyone to stay. Not anymore. The season of chasing people who don't value you is over. The season of explaining your worth to those who refuse to see it is over. The season of dimming your light to make others comfortable is over. God says, shine. Archangel Michael says, stand tall. Heaven says, walk in your purpose like your enemies are already defeated because they are. In the coming weeks, unexpected money will appear. But not just to meet your needs, this is divine payback. Compensation. A spiritual lawsuit that heaven has already ruled in your favor. Every moment you were overlooked. Every opportunity that was stolen. Every time someone took advantage of your kindness. God has not forgotten. And now you will receive what is yours. With interest. But this is not just about money. It's about restoration. Your joy. Your confidence. Your clarity. Your purpose. Your voice. All of it is being returned. You will laugh again. Not the shallow laughter that masks pain, but the deep soul-shaking laughter that bubbles up from real peace. You will rest again. Not the kind of sleep that comes from exhaustion, but the kind that brings dreams and visions and divine messages. You will love again. And this time, it will be mutual. It will be honest. It will be safe. Now, about your future. God is already there. Ahead of you. Making a way. Clearing the path. Assigning angels. Unlocking doors. Moving people. He's setting up a situation so precise, so beautifully orchestrated that when you walk into it, all you will be able to say is, only God could have done this. This next season is personal. Tailored. Not recycled. Not random. Heaven took its time preparing it for you. Because you matter that much. But it's crucial that you listen now. You cannot miss this. Archangel Michael says, I have ordered this moment to happen exactly as it is. You had to read this today. Not tomorrow. Not later. Right now. Because the window is open. The portal is active. And heaven is waiting for your agreement. That agreement is simple. Trust God. Even when it's hard. Even when it hurts. Even when you're afraid. Trust Him. Everything you've endured wasn't wasted. Every trial was a lesson. Every heartache shaped you. Every storm brought you closer to the truth. And the truth is this, you were made for more. Not struggle. Not survival. But joy. Abundance. Purpose. Love. Freedom. And that's exactly where you're going. Now take a moment. Pause. Close your eyes. Feel it. Heaven is with you. The energy around you is shifting. The old is leaving. The new is here. You are no longer carrying the invisible weight. You are no longer stuck in invisible chains. You are no longer cursed. You are blessed. Protected. Ordained. Elevated. And you will see the goodness of God in ways you've never experienced before. It is done. Heaven has spoken. Archangel Michael has sealed it. You are covered. You are chosen. And you are never alone. This is very important. Please, whatever you're doing, stop for a moment. Not everyone can understand this, and not everyone will hear this message. Please my channel subscribe and share.